Let's chat about what they don't tell you about medical school. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am a dermatology resident and I make content for anyone who's thinking about or currently training in medicine. I make videos based on my own life experiences. So today I want to talk about what they don't tell you about medical school because there's so much that I feel like people don't know about medical school. So let's get started. But before we do, make sure to like my video so I know that you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel as well if you're not subscribed already. And let me know in the comments as you're watching if you knew about if you knew any of these things that I list here today, okay? All right, so let's actually get started. So first of all, you'll hardly ever feel like you're completely on top of your work. Like at some moments you're like, oh, I got this. I'm really on top of my schoolwork right now, my coursework. And then you'll be like, oh my God, no, I'm not. It's always going to be a balance and you'll have to juggle things around. So don't feel like you are not doing well or you're failing because you feel like you're not on top of your work. Medical school is just so much information. So yeah, just right there, just have that expectation. Just have the expectation that, you're going to do the best that you can. You're going to keep up with the work as much as possible. And if you slip here and there, it's okay as long as you get back up there and just do what you have to do to make sure you're learning appropriately. The next one goes into that and it's just that you'll be changing your study techniques routinely. And when I was studying in first and second year, even when for certain courses, I kind of had to change around the way I was studying. Some information is just more challenging for me to learn than others. For example, my Heme-On course was one of the easiest courses I ever took. The courses that we took at the beginning of first year was also relatively easy because I did do a special master's program, but then there were harder courses for me, such as cardio. We had a cardiopulmonary block. It was like all joined together. That was a much more challenging course. I had to change the way I studied. I needed more diagrams then. I needed to do learn multiple ways with pictures, videos, and the textbook. So you really will have to change around your study techniques, and that's okay. So you just have to learn how to be adaptable in medicine and go with the flow. You want to just learn the best way you can. So don't feel stressed out if you realize you have to change your study technique, especially when you go from second year to third year. Your technique also changes as well there because now you're actually working. You're on the floors most of the day, and then you have to come home and study. So you'll have to change the way you study that way as well. That's just going to be part of it, and that's okay. And then one more thing, especially as an undergrad, you'll definitely be changing the way you study from undergrad to medical school too. So like I said, you'll be changing things around all the time, and that's okay. All right, the next one. Feeling like you have to be the best doesn't end in once you get into medical school. Once you're in medical school, you start feeling like that again because in medical school, those years that you're learning and doing your leadership and extracurricular activities and volunteering and research is all in preparation to have a competitive residency application. So you still have to be on your A game. You still have to do well in your courses. You still have to do a lot of the things that you were doing in medical school as a pre-med. I think that it's a little bit better in medical school because you already know you're going to be a doctor, but then there's new things that come into play, like where am I going to do residency? I want to go to a good residency program. I want to go into a competitive residency program. And when all those things come into play, you do have to have a relatively competitive application. And with that comes with being on your A game throughout all the 4 years. So it's not like the stress goes away once you go into medical school or like trying to be the best goes away. No, you still have to do that while in medical school as well. Another thing that a lot of people don't know about is that there is a lot of support in medical schools at this point in 2022. I don't think historically it has been like that, but nowadays it is much more common for you to get support education-wise. We also had someone who would go through and help us with coming up with a good study schedule when STEP was coming around. There's also a lot of mental health support in medical school. Your classmates also could be a great help, especially when you find the right classmate, the right friends. Upper years as well are supportive. So there is a lot of support in medical school. It's just like learning where they are and how to use them. Another thing a lot of people don't know about medical school is there is a lot of independent study. Coming from undergrad, I thought I'll be getting all of my studying done in like my courses and my lectures. And instead, we had lectures, which I did used to go to, but I had to study a lot on my own, a lot of repetition. It was, and now that there's like a lot of problem-based learning where you learn in groups. You kind of have to learn alone, so then you could come back and teach the group. There's a lot of independent studying. I don't think I realized that before I started medical school. It's not like I don't like it. I thought it was really great, but you spend a lot of time dedicated to that. The last part is, and I feel like if you watch my videos, you know this for sure, but the last thing that they don't tell you about medical school, that it could be the best 4 years of your life. You can literally have so much fun in med school. Like when I think about all the orgs that I was part of and like the events that we put on and the volunteer opportunities that I did global health. I went to Panama. I went to Ghana. Like when I think about all the things that I did, it could really be the best 4 years of your life. It's just really what you want to do with those 4 years. But everyone talks about like how stressful it is and blah, 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 but no one says how awesome those 4 years can be. And if you're subscribed to my channel and I'm mentoring you, I want those years to be awesome years for you. And also I think it helps make you be a great doctor, because you just like loved going to med school, you love learning what you did, you love your experience, and you're just so excited to be a doctor. I think it really helps with that as well. So yeah, I think that that's another thing people don't know, but if you watch my video, you're probably like, she said this like 100 times. But I really want to stress that. Enjoy medical school. If you're in medical school, please enjoy it, because you'll never have to do it again. And it's like a once in a lifetime experience. All right, so those are the things that they don't tell you about medical school. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Love chatting with y'all, and I look forward to chatting with you at my next video. Bye.